Thank you very much. So there you go. Watch more good cinema, listen to more music. Yes, we're ready with questions, please.
It's rejoicing in Raghuvamsha and Asai Mugam. So, something soulful to end the evening.
Sorry, what was
Something soulful to end the
Something
evening from your
soulful.
side.
Okay.
Something soulful to Asai Mugam. Asai Mugam, did
No,
you say?
she wants you to sing or like
Oh,
going
you
to
want-
sing. Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. I wasn't expecting that. Karthik.
Okay. ஆசை முகம் மறந்து போச்சே இதை யாரிடம் சொல்வேன் அடி தோழி நேசம் மறப்பதில்லை நெஞ்சம் நினைவு முகம் மறக்கலாமோ ஆசை முகம் மறந்து போச்சே யாரிடம் சொல்வேன் அடி தோழி யாரிடம் சொல்வேன் அடி தோழி யாரிடம் சொல்வேன் அடி தோழி
I hope they're not going to ask you to perform a play or something now. Any other questions?
This question goes to Mr. Madi. Can you throw some light on the web series in India? Because Western countries it is quite popular.
Correct.
It is yet to catch up. We being in digital business, so if it catches up, it will enable us to reach a larger
Sure.
audience very quickly.
So the process of it or the
How far are we in successful
now.
web series? How is it viable?
So
how
there
is
are
it?
two ways in which, I mean, right now at least broadly where web series are done, right? So one is the OTT model where you're making it for an over-the-top player, which means that you're making it for a Netflix or a, like a new platform. The other is when it's branded content. Like, so branded content is when a brand's integration is through the series. Now this doesn't mean that you just have a Pepsi or like something running through all the time, but it means that the core value of the brand is reflected through the show, which is a little trickier to do because that's where you're not like, you can't tell all creators that, you have to, this show is about being happy because Coca-Cola is a part of it, because they may not like that. So it's about finding that middle ground, I think, between the creators and the brands and that brand story, which is where we are caught with right now. As far as where we are right now, the South still, at least I can speak to the brand piece, people are not yet extremely willing to put in a lot of money yet. But it's happening, and I believe at least in the next year or two it will grow quite a bit. But also depends on the kind of content that comes, because we can like radio kill the video, whatever, video kill the radio star. It could very be possible that if if we don't put out great stuff, we may just make it very ordinary as well. So it's a dicey thing. And also formats wise, I see 10-minute episodes of 5 mini series happening a lot more, because both in terms of numbers and in terms of I guess viewership, it's easier to do, and mobile it's going to be easier rather than the long form series for a while. I don't know about the OTT space yet, because that's a completely different model.
Thank you.
This question goes to Mr. Vetrimaran. I am one of his junior. Hi. I practiced
Junior.
direction under Balamugendra and my senior. Good evening, senior. Actually, this talk show becomes song, theatre, as well as cinematic show now. The question is, you have been in this industry almost 15 years, and how do you place yourself as a businessman, as a creator, and of course you said the science is the priority and follows commerce and then art. So how do you analyze, how do you find what is the lack of industry or making art or business, anything? Can you share your experience?
So first, I will say one thing. All my films have been given more than what they were made on to my producers. So which means commercially I've been successful. As a filmmaker, I make films only which I'm convinced about, and I've been making films since 2007, and I've only made 3 films, like 10 years and 3 films. So I'm just taking it slow, I'm not in a hurry. About 200-250 films being made, that's inflation. Why that inflation has happened is not because people just want to come pump in money and go, because of the multiplexes and so many new ways of exhibition, film exhibition. Because of that, there is so much of need for films, because all the multiplexes are minting money. They make, starting from the biggest multiplexes, the front runners make 5 crores of profit a month on an average, and the smallest of multiplexes make 25 to 35 lakhs a month, which means like the films are made to cater the popcorn and the canteens of these multiplexes. You don't, without films you can't run a canteen and a multiplex. To run the canteens, the films are being made. So that is the that is the reverse of the whole equation. Initially it was like popcorn to watch a film, now film to sell popcorn. So because of this module, the inflation is there. All the multiplexes want films, but we don't have able labor to cater to that. And also, Ram and I talk, like we take 3 years to make a film, and someone else takes 3 months to make a film. Both the films are only for 3 days in a theater. So who's, like the guy who spends 3 months over a film which is going to be in theater for 3 days is intelligent than a guy who spends 3 years. So everybody, all of us want to spend less time. Earlier when we started making films, like we were not able to imagine completing a full-fledged proper mainstream film within 75 days or 85 days. I shot like 120 days for Adakalam. Now even the most expensive films are being made in like 30 days or 40 days. We all have realized that only that much of effort is enough. But this is not going to change until the whole system crashes and then something new comes out of it. Most likely we all would be consumed by bigger corporates, and no films with ethnic identities would be made, and all identities would be eradicated, and we will start catering films for the world.
Any other
One
questions?
last question. I'm Anand. This anyone in the panel can answer it. Entrepreneur actually faces many challenges and then he fails often. What is your thoughts on failure and how do you keep rebounding back?
Sorry, could you repeat that question, please?
How do you deal with failure and rebound back?
Oh, okay. Failure.
Failure.
See, every day we sleep, we wake up and we face the world. There is, I think failure makes us more competent and more energetic to face the world. It might let you down, it might drain you a bit before you go to sleep, but when you wake up, you feel that you can do it once again, because human being, any living creature basically is a very, very positive being. Without positivity, we would not have evolved. So that is the most primary thing, especially for an artist or a businessman, whoever it is. The motto is like try and try and try until you succeed. That's how it is. And success again is a very, it's a relative thing. What we strive at, what we really want to make matters. So I don't think none of us in this room would give up saying that, okay, I failed this time, I will not try again. If that is how we are made, we wouldn't have gathered here.
So on that very ethnic identity note, And thank you, Satish and the Talk platform for enabling this as well. I hope you all enjoyed this as much as we enjoyed putting it together. Thank you. Good evening.